This is DevOps in Agile Way podcast.
Hello everyone, this is the next episode where we talk with my guest Viktor Vedmich about community, about the community work, how community is important, why it is important, and where you can land after you work with the community. Because what I want to touch now, Viktor, with you is the role of developer advocate, because you are the senior developer advocate in AWS. I am the developer advocate at Spacelift. So we can, I think, somehow share our thoughts together about the role, what this role is about and what is behind us, because it's not only what is on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And also, as you have much more experience in this area than me, because I just started, so I believe I can learn something from you. So the developer advocate, what is this beast in your eyes?
You know, when I travel again, just like currently as COVID finished and started maybe from June, July previous year, I started to travel pretty a lot of. And during the meetups, conference and so on, I got the same question. Your role, developer advocate, what is it? What does it mean? Just like what exactly you are doing? You sign some documents, or you just like a lawyer and help people to and so on. No, just to understand. First of all, in my personal opinion, developer advocate means like you are presenting some company. Just like in my case, AWS. In your case, Spacelift. So we are part of company. And in nowadays, again, just like from the previous episode, when you asking what the power is, what's the main goal of the community, I said shared knowledge. And when technology company create complex product, it's so important to share how to use this product. What's the need, for example, what's the difference between what's the pros and cons, what's the benefits, maybe some problems and issue, when to use, when don't use, and so on. Because documentation, let's be honest, to write the good documentation, it's also a big challenge. I really rarely see good documentation. And developer advocates is a person who, first of all, speak with community, delivery different talks like speaking conference, meetup, in my case, user groups, writing blog posts, posting something in social media, writing some sample codes to show how to work with technology of our company. Just like in my case, AWS, where we have more than 250 services, it's not possible to know all of them, but at least to show something, just like in, for example, my specific area where I try to focus, it's containers, CI/CD, DevOps, CDK, Terraform, this stuff. On the first place, I would say Kubernetes, because I'm a huge fan of Kubernetes. So, and my role, it means like I do this stuff, and it's what exactly people see. People think like I'm traveling a lot because today I'm here, tomorrow I'm there, after tomorrow I'm another place, and think like it's...
What a nice job.
Yeah. Just like it's a nice job. But honestly, sometimes it's so difficult when you travel so much to create new. So it needs to save, like a balance when you create new content, create something new. And also under the hood, nobody sees that what we are doing also. We are supporting community. As developer advocates, for me, like in AWS, it's very important to support community. In AWS, we have a program, Community Builders, AWS Heroes, and user groups. User group, it's our communities where people to speak in. And I try to engage people. We didn't spoke about that in the first episode, but sometimes it's really need to push people to do some stuff. And it's what exactly I'm doing. I mean, like I help to people create, engage, and start the community and continue to do this community. Because community is not only meetups. Community, it's a communication. It's helping to each other. And my role is to work with, like people who really want to do something. It's what's nobody see. Also, we are part of the marketing. It's very important to understand. So it means like in my case, I don't know what's about your company, but in my company, I'm part of the marketing department. Someone said like, "Oh, you are marketing." No, guys,
Yeah.
I am part of the marketing, but technical. It's very important to understand the difference. My presentation, for example, it's not about some marketing first page from new services. No, it's most probably will be 200, 300 with demo, with something technical part, which will really help you to understand when, how, what to do with this service. But still, I am part of the marketing, and it's also, it's have some limitation at the same time, but at the same time, it provides some freedom. Just like depends on the situation. Also, in my case, as developer advocate, I have to understand what's the current trend. Let's say, what's people more interesting to do. I don't know. Currently in 2023, I would say everyone have focused on machine learning because Gen AI and everyone want to jump in this train and do some different stuff with that. So everyone want to understand what's exactly ML and how to do it. Also, in my responsibility, it's write some narratives and communicate what is narratives. It's just like maybe we have some improvements of services also. And when I deliver some talk about some services or something, I also get feedback from the community. And I don't want to say that like I'm alone. I'm only one bridge between service team who develops this service, like for example S3 or Lambda or something else, and community. No, of course not. It's like you can bring your feedbacks by yourself or through the as a solution architect or just like in general in the social media. But I try to listen community, understand where we have some like maybe improvements, maybe some bugs, maybe new features we can request from service team. I try to collect this information and communicate with service teams.
Very important part of this job. So a developer advocate is a role which we can say we do in front of external people, right? External people or communities.
Yes.
But we are part of something what is called development relationship, DevRel in short. So this is much more behind us than people see. And I just coined MarOps, marketing ops, because it's always ops, right?
Of course.
So, yeah, that's true. And show to people who are listening that it's not just simple. You go to the plane, you go to the nice place, maybe some beaches, some amusement parks, etc. You just talk for 1 hour and then you are a great star, right? So of course you are a great star, but behind this is hard work, is the research, is looking for the new solutions, looking for the ways how community and how people are implementing things, how we can help them to implement it better, or how to teach others how to implement it properly, right? So this is a lot of work behind the scene for us to be on this stage from time to time. In fact, looking on the whole process of DevRels, right? So this is why I believe this is very important. So thank you very much for sharing this. And I remember you mentioned that it's like an iceberg, right?
Yes.
As always, this is a lot of things behind. So we discussed a couple of things related to community and not only community. And AWS has a huge program related to community, right? And this is even called community builders. The higher level, the level I'm aspiring to, is AWS Heroes, right? So could you tell us a little bit more what is behind those programs? Because they are really huge. And from the AWS perspective, it costs a lot the company to manage this kind of programs, right?
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. If you look at the history of AWS company, and I know not like 10 years, but in 2009, 2010, when we delivered new services and started to provide cloud as a service to our customers, we didn't have so many solution architects. We didn't have so many support from a customer perspective. I mean, currently, for example, if you have some business in AWS, you can request from account manager support from a solution architect and so on. For that reason, I believe, I will be very honest with you and with our audience. I didn't know the real story of that, but it's my thought and how I see currently inside in the company. In that period of time, and just like not only in that period, but like after that, we understand it's so difficult to scale, to provide support and knowledge across all of these new services inside in AWS. And how you can do it on huge scale, I mean like across worldwide, it's only through the community. When people can, to be in one place and speak about something, I mean like about AWS technology or around implementation inside in AWS, and community, it's a main scaling mechanism for AWS. For that reason, AWS is ready to pay so much money to invest for these activities, to help support, like for merge credits, just like a lot of stuff, to do community days, support community days, run these programs like community builders. And I would be very happy if people who currently listen to us can join to this program, because it's not so big deal. Just like you need to have a couple articles and contribute to share this knowledge. So what is community builders? Community builders, it's not a person who create a community. Community builders, first of all, it means like who create a content about AWS. Like what we finished our first episode, and I said, doesn't matter what your level, junior, middle, senior, or principal, you have to. Just like it would be very great if you can share your experience, because I believe that it helps you to boost your career. And community builders, it's the same stuff. You're working with AWS. Why don't share this knowledge to write some articles, do some content about that? And it's so great. I mean, like it works so great in scaling mechanisms, because if you have some solution architects, some engineers who can write blogs inside, for example, AWS, it's not approach of Wikipedia. And we remember this example, yeah? But when we ask people, please do it, and we will support you, just like we engage you, you can join to community builder. It's what this means, like provide some benefits, some merge, some amount of credits per year, one certification voucher for year, the access to Cloud Guru. And what is most important in my perspective, you will get access to Slack channel. Before that, you have to write NDA, but in this Slack channel, you will have access to internal materials of AWS. I mean, service team will organize some meetups, some talks to speak about some service. And it's also a great opportunity for you, if you're working with AWS, to speak directly with service team and bring your feedbacks and say, hey guys, you are doing the not right way. Or for example, in our case, we see this can be better. So this program really helped to scale and share this knowledge. The main goal of the community, share this knowledge, and to invest and help a community. For AWS, first of all, it means like to share and spread this knowledge, because complexity of the cloud, doesn't matter what kind of cloud, AWS or other, all of them has so many services and so complex. And our role, like developer advocate, to create this contact, make an R&D, demo, and so on. But how many of us? I mean, like, it will be just like a couple people, maybe not like a couple, but it's so, if compared with the numbers of community builders, it's so small. Another, it's AWS heroes. It's people who make huge influence. Community heroes, community heroes. You also can become community heroes. It means like you do a lot of stuff in community. But to be a hero, it's not like you apply to some form and you're just like you're a hero. No, it's someone from AWS should see that you made a big influence on the audience, make a lot of content, for example, or do a lot of stuff with the community and nominate you. It's another approach. AWS Hero provide another benefits. For example, access to reInvent and so on. And hero, when you have a hero, like achievements of the hero, what I see in the community, it's not a boost the career. It's so huge help people to boost their career and find the next, opportunity, or to be a CTO and so on, so on. And So this program required a lot of part from my side, to interact with the community, but it's really helped for the whole company and for you as a builder to understand how to work with AWS. Because through the community, first of all, we share the knowledge, and how we can scale through the community builders, from the people who do it by themselves without to pay some money for them. So this is the main approach, and why AWS invest and do so much stuff with community.
All right. So this is a very, very important difference between community builders and heroes, right? And as you said, you can apply to the program.
Yes.
Community builders program, and it gives a lot. I am the community builder in serverless area, right? And I see how much knowledge, how much contacts, how my networking growth and grew during my time as a community builder. So this is a very, very important element. And also we have user groups, right? So the user groups is this part of organized community where there is someone called leader, right? Or more people who are leading the group. And this is also something very much related to building these communities, right?
Yeah, in general, yes. Just like community builder, it's you can help to build the community, because it's also huge work. Just like to organize like some period of time of events. I see some people doing it like every quarter, like every 3 months. Some trying to do every month. If you just start your community, my recommendation will be not to do it every month, because it's very difficult to find some speakers for every month. At the same time, you can create a content, just like we already spoke about that. Content, it will be much easier to write some article for Medium, for example, or for LinkedIn, and a lot of places where you can post your content and be part of this great program. Just as you said, like you found just like your networking grown to, and you have a lot of people in your connections. But also just like it's a knowledge how you can interact and see what other people is doing, and also share your experience with community, with technology inside in this program. It's also a big part. And I think it's one of the main benefits of this program. When people, for example, some of them just like from Brazil, you are from Poland, and you still can have something common. I mean, like you're working with the same technology, and you can find each other in this like Slack channel as soon as you be part of this, this program, and can speak on the same stuff, but be on different part of the planet. But at the same time, AWS try to connect all of these people across world.
Okay, so Viktor, thank you very much for sharing with us your opinion, your vision, especially on the community lives and how AWS is helping the community to grow and, well, helping also AWS itself to grow. And I believe this should work for all companies, right? So smaller company needs smaller community, probably, or put less effort into it, but at least we need to remember that building the community is one thing. It's not easy, but also running the community later, it's also quite of important part, right? Because this is the dynamic which we need to somehow drive. So, Viktor, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for joining us, and thank you very much for sharing a lot of very interesting and impactful, I believe, thoughts from your side. Thank you also for your kind words on the beginning of this interview. So
thank you very much, Pawel.
Thank you very much.
You invited me, and hope you invited me more, and my internet connection next time will be better. And we can speak about some technology part, not only the community. We'll be very happy to be a part of you.
Yes, you read my mind. So we'll do it for sure. So thank you very much. Thank you, Viktor. Thank you all, and see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of DevOps in Agile Way podcast with your host, Pawel. Subscribe, comment, and do not forget to check our next episodes. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Stay curious.